Andy Warhol as an icon of pop art, his life and art. Introduction. Andy Warhol was one of the most eminent artists of the 20th century. He is renowned for screen prints, television shows, remarkable magazines, and classic films. At the height of his career, Warhol produced superb works of art that remain icons today. Andrew Warhol was a self-motivated individual, and he concentrated on painting images mostly using the silkscreen technique, which was his favorite. Apart from silkscreen, Warhol also produced films from his studio. As such, this research paper will discuss Andy Warhol as an artist, his artwork, the design used to create his art, and how his artistic work impacts society today. Alternatively, the paper will also examine one dominant theory that relates to Andy Warhol's creativity while also discussing how his work influences feelings about art. Andy Warhol's biography. Andy Warhol, also known as Andrew Warhol, was born in the year 1928 in a small town known as Pennsylvania, U.S. Although Warhol experienced medical problems, he graduated from Schenley High School and advanced to Carnegie Institute of Technology, where he completed his studies in arts and graduated in the year 1948. After college graduation, Andy moved to New York City together with his college friend known as Pearlstein. In New York, Warhol meets Tina Fredericks, who worked as an art editor for Glamour magazine and introduced Warhol to this vocation, where he started working in the firm. While at Glamour magazine, Warhol made several drawings of advertisements ranging from magazines, including Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, to book jackets and holiday greeting cards. This was the beginning of Warhol's painting career, and he later made other works of art such as painting, designing, and exhibitions of pop art, among others. In the year 1963, Warhol ventured into the film industry, and he did several excellent film exhibitions. However, he withdrew from his film career after what was a near-fatal shooting by one of his supporters at an event. Andy Warhol's paintings. Andy Warhol was very passionate about art, and he ventured into several works of art. However, his main interest was more pronounced in his painting career. In the 1950s, Warhol had established himself in the film industry, and he had already made major exhibitions created in his studio named The Factory. As a painter, Warhol made major developments through paintings of Michael Jackson, dollar bills, Coca-Cola bottles, and Campbell soup cans, which earned him a great reputation. These particular paintings remain his major contribution to pop art. Andy Warhol's style of art. Andy Warhol used the silk screen technique to produce his art. The silk screen, also known as the stencil method, is a printing technique that originated in China and has existed for many years. The technique involves the use of a woven mesh that is used to transfer ink, which is squeezed using a roller onto the printing face. Andy Warhol is remarkably the most popular artist of his time because his art is outstanding. To society, Warhol is a good example of people who have been in the fame but also managed to enlighten the public through the use of real art based on how he perceived the environment. Indeed, his influence on society is yet to reach its peak, and several upcoming artists have followed Warhol's path to become great artists as well. His major contribution to society through art has helped people to believe in the power of observation based on the fact that most of Warhol's art was an expression of his observation ability. Apart from this, his artwork has been used in schools to motivate and educate art students. A theory that relates to Andy Warhol's art. Critical theory is one of the contemporary theories which can be related to Andy Warhol's art. This is quite clear because his art is a reflection of cultural and societal issues, especially considering that his work was mainly meant to promote pop culture. According to the critical theory, there are several ways of expressing and making art, and Andy Warhol's unique style and excellent work reveals this notion. Conclusion. In conclusion, Andy Warhol is an artist who made creative art that was meant to promote popular culture. Mostly, Warhol made his art by observing his environment. His style of art gives a new perception, and it also enlightens us that we can observe our surroundings and communicate our feelings through art. More so, observation is a powerful tool that can bring social change.